union press workers. We got kicked out of the committee as we kept bringing up human rights cases that our union leadership thought were too controversial. We never even tried to get the union to defend Julian Assange because we knew exactly the response we had gotten. The American labor movement is feeble, battered, scared, stiff, and generations deep in the arms of the Democratic Party, which hates Julian Assange like poison. So now liberals and conservatives are baying for Assange's blood side by side. The liberals want him arrested for allegedly helping Donald Trump getting elected by letting the cat out of the bag about Hillary's dirty dealings. Even before the outbreak of liberal conspiracy mongering over alleged Russian interference in our wonderful American elections, which poor people, especially blacks and Latinos, get excluded from by every trick in the book, liberals considered Assange dangerous because, unlike legitimate mainstream mouthpieces like the New York Times, he refuses to redact the material WikiLeaks publishes when the U.S. government tells him to. Times and other liberal mouthpieces like The Guardian in England published and made money off the news revealed by WikiLeaks, only to turn on him and lead the witch hunt against him. They were so happy when it turned out they weren't getting charged too that they redoubled their smear campaign against him. Pretty short-sighted on their part, as if he is convicted for news gathering as a criminal conspiracy, they could easily be next. Now, Democrats came to despise Assange even more after WikiLeaks released a trove of emails in 2016 hacked by the Russians. So the story goes, from the Hillary Clinton presidency, which supposedly helped Trump win the presidency. Since the election, the Democrats have collapsed all the stops in an effort to persuade the world that we was robbed by attacking hackers operating under the command of Putin with the intent of undermining American democracy by electing his puppet Donald Trump, the Manchurian candidate, who must be a secret Russian plant himself since his knowledge of the English language is so poor, right? And their proof was a gilt-edged report created by the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, supposedly tracked the chain of command of the Kremlin, except that none of the evidence for this wild conspiracy theory ever got released to the public because it's all top secret, you see. Okay, skipping over that. This is all justified by a bizarre claim I'm talking about that Julian Assange and Donald Trump are agents of the Kremlin. And then they have the gall to accuse Trump of circulating conspiracy theories, an extreme case of calling the kettle calling the pot black. What's going on is the mainstream Democrats, not so different Republicans, are trying to divert the hatred so many people feel against Trump for real crime. It's the only thing Trump has gone to office, doesn't belong in prison for. Maybe he's not quite as eager to go against war against Russia as Democrats. So, I would say, by unmasking the people who run this country's everyday lies, intrigues, and wanton slaughter, brave whistleblowers like Chelsea Manning, Edward Snowden, and Julian Assange have done a great service to the entire world. These truth tellers have lifted the lid just a little bit off the dirty secrets of U.S. and world imperialism. To get rid of the imperialist war crimes exposed once and for all, we need worldwide socialist revolution. Meanwhile, let's unite. So they'll say, hands off Julian Assange.
Hands off Julian Assange.
Hands off Chelsea Manning.
Hands off Chelsea Manning.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. So one of the we have a speaker here who actually is a war veteran, and he, like other war veterans, came to the conclusion that they weren't engaged in defending the United States, they were engaged in war crimes against the people of the world. So welcome Daniel Boydston from Veterans for Peace. Somebody else.
One thing, I was 4 years in the Marine Corps. Can you hear me? Okay. I worked 4 years in the Marine Corps. I was not actually in Vietnam or in the war. I was during the Bay of Pigs. It looked like we would be sent, my group would be sent to Cuba. And whether or not, anyway, looking at Cuba. Well, my name is Daniel Boydston, member of Veterans for Peace, also a member of the Indian Police, Local Police Board. Okay, can you hear better now? I put it by Veterans for Peace. We're an anti-war veterans organization with numerous chapters around the country. And we issued a statement in support of journalist appointee Assange and whistleblower Manning. This week, we arranged for a meeting with Congressman Mark Lee to ask her to speak out in support of Manning and Assange. Julian Assange has won numerous awards for journalism. So let me speak and I'm going to talk a bit about journalism, the media, and about KPFA. I think we know pretty much what the corporate media does, that echoes and promotes the narratives of the political establishment. That's been the way it is. It's been that way for over a century. One of my favorite narratives is, remember the day. That's back in 1898. The official story was that Spain blew up the U.S. and Spain, and that was promoted by the Hearst and other newspapers. No evidence. That's interesting. That you need evidence of war. That's the way the corporate media have always been, and that's the way they remain to this day. I think everyone here can give numerous examples of media cover-ups and misinformation. At the same time, occasionally some very insightful reporting is done. Some corporate journalists are allowed a pretty long reach. And some forget that there is that reach. There was Gary Webb, a reporter for the San Jose Mercury News, who investigated and reported on the CIA's involvement in drug trafficking to support the counterinsurgency against the Sandinista government in Nicaragua. And at first the newspapers printed his articles, and for a while the editors stood by him, but not for long. You remember what happened to Gary Webb. Yes, there is a leak. Sometimes it's a short leak. Sometimes it's a long leak. Sometimes a very long leak. But that leak is there, always. The advent of the internet has enabled some journalists to leave the world of corporate media and operate on their own. One of these was journalist Robert Terry, who founded Consortium News, which is one of my favorite websites. A couple of years ago, Harry passed away, and the site is now run by Joe Lowry. The site is one of the numerous good alternative news sources available today. Nevertheless, there are many of them. Nevertheless, the First Amendment rights of all journalists are under constant attack. Shortly after Hillary Clinton lost this 2016 election to Donald Trump, the corporate media blamed the websites. On Thanksgiving Day 2016, the Washington Post proclaimed in the front page article, Russian propaganda helps spread fake news during the election, experts say.
Experts?
The Post experts were an anonymous group known as Propernaut, which presented a list of 200 websites that supposedly spread fake news. The New York Times and other corporate media echoed this false news campaign. The following month, on December 2016, one of then President Obama's last acts while in office was the sign of provision establishing an Orwellian Ministry of Truth. It was euphemistically called an anti-propaganda agency. Officially, it's known as the Global Engagement Center. Weird name. However, this campaign against independent journalists did not begin in 2016. It's much earlier. when WikiLeaks editor Julian Assange published a collateral murder video and other items whistleblower Manning from whistleblower Manning, the U.S. government began actions to have Assange brought to the U.S. to stand trial. Those actions have been going on for a decade now. So it's not only the owners of the it's not only the owners of the corporate media who exercise over their employees. It's also the police business, quite openly now. And those leashes are getting shorter and shorter. As might be expected, the corporate media is leading the attack on Assange and on Manning. What's really disappointing, scary, and disgusting is that many supposedly progressive journalists have been echoing those attacks, refusing to defend the First Amendment press freedoms of Julian Assange. They seem to ignore the fairly obvious fact that the attack on Assange is only the tip of the iceberg. This is a symptom of the direction taken by many supposedly... Maybe I should wait till this goes by.
Coincidence?
This is a symptom of the direction taken by many supposedly progressive and independent media outlets, attacking Chelsea Manning and Julian Assange, often echoing the neoliberal neocon establishment calls for humanitarian intervention. Many have become pro-war progressives, a tragic oxymoron. KPFA and 94.1 FM is not immune to this trend. This station has been on the air for 70 years, fiercely independent and anti-war. However, it's been drifting to the right, and several progressive programs have been taken off the air during this last year. I mentioned that I'm on the local station board at KPFA. I was elected just a couple of months ago. And the reason I ran for this board was to help preserve KPFA's traditional anti-war voice.
Yes, thank you.
This year, there's going to be another election for KPFA's board. And I would like to take this opportunity to encourage all of you to become voting members of KPFA. And also to please consider running for the board. We need people to defend KPFA's traditional anti-war voice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And one of those journalists at KPFA who actually has produced a tremendous amount of information on Julian Assange is Ann
Oh no, I'm going
Anderson.
to.
She writes for the Black Agenda and has been quite active in getting the word out and supporting Julian Assange. So welcome, Ann Anderson.
Thank you. Can you hear? I don't really like shouting. Put it up by your mouth. Okay. Okay. It's only recommended 1,500 words, and I said that's a lot of words, so I better write them down. But if I run out of breath here, this will be published in Consortium News, the Black Agenda Report, the San Francisco Bay View, or maybe all of them. Okay? Now, you may have heard a lot of jabbering about whether or not Julian Assange is really a journalist. That's verbal slapstick because, for one, anyone who compiles and transmits information to a blind audience is a journalist. Some are good, most are awful, even evil, but Julian Assange is historic. Saying he's not a journalist is like saying Darwin wasn't a biologist, Einstein wasn't a physicist, LeBron James can't play basketball, and by the way, Galileo was wrong. You're a flat after all, and we're the center of the universe. Assange is a genius who could have joined the club of tech billionaires, but instead he looked at global injustice with the mind of a systems analyst, then founded WikiLeaks and the transparency movement. They put corporations and government, including the Pentagon, the FBI, the CIA, all the other spook agencies, on notice that they could no longer count on operating in secret. State and corporate scandals had been exposed before, but there had never been anything like WikiLeaks. It guaranteed sources anonymity if they used its Dropbox secure technology, and it has never busted a source. By the time of its 10-year anniversary in 2016, it had published over 10 million documents and never had to retract a single one. Its decentralized technical infrastructure saves it from security states' cyber and tangible munitions, and that strikes terror in the twisted psyches of Mike Pompeo and his inner circle of spies, murderers, and thieves without borders. So if a global movement can free Julian Assange with the full force of the security state coming at it, it'll be a game changer. Okay? We can make history. We can respond to what history demands of us now. I know of 4 radical social movements with the transformational potential equal to the transparency movement. Public banking, sustainable agriculture, renewable energy co-ops, and the broader co-op movement exemplified by Cooperation Jackson and the East Bay Permanent Real Estate Collective. As a journalist, I cite WikiLeaks a lot. And if Julian Assange goes to prison for possessing and publishing classified materials, I could too, and so could any of you. Prosecuting Assange would establish a precedent for prosecuting any journalist or media outlet or citizen who publishes, republishes, or even quotes classified material. That could mean prosecuting any one of us just for tweeting classified dumps. I've got a list of particular WikiLeaks that I could go to prison for quoting and linking to, even though they're not the ones that shocked the world, like the collateral murder video of U.S. soldiers shooting Iraqi civilians from an Apache helicopter as though they were playing video games. One that I pay particular attention to is, quote, ethnicity in Rwanda. Who's governing the country? This is a cable, a diplomatic cable generated in Rwanda on July 5, 2008. It doesn't identify the sender, only the location. It was sent from Kigali, Rwanda, the capital of Rwanda. It could have been written and sent by one of many U.S. officials, the ambassador, a member of his staff, or any one of the CIA, DIA, and other spokes in the region. The recipient is the U.S. State Department, but no one in particular. Whoever wrote this described a Rwandan apartheid state, a country exclusively ruled by an ethnic Tutsi elite, headed by Rwandan President Paul Kagame. Most of all, an
Great to hear.
English
I'd like to
Tutsi
talk to you
elite
after.
that grew up in Uganda and joined Kagame invading Rwanda from Uganda on October 1st, 1990. The 90 days, known as the Rwanda genocide, were not an isolated bloodbath, but the end of a war during which Kagame's army massacred Hutu civilians on a scale equivalent to or greater than the Tutsi massacres depicted in Hotel Rwanda. Now, I know that's the opposite of what most people believe. And somebody may, I don't see anyone who looks shocked. Nobody's gonna shout that I'm a genocide denier, okay? But I can't document this very dissonant position standing here in a few minutes. But if you'd like to know the truth about that, read Robin Philpott's book, Rwanda and the New Scramble for Africa, From Tragedy to Useful Imperial Fiction, or Judy Weaver's book, In Praise of Blood, Crimes of the Rwandan Patriotic Front. Ethnic reconciliation is one of the most bold-faced lies about Rwanda. For years, we've been told that President Kagame was Rwanda's savior, that he swept down out of nowhere to stop the genocide and ended the country's long history of bitter Hutu-Tutsi divide. This document turns the reconciliation myth on its head, and the U.S. State Department, including its higher-ups, know that. They promoted the lie and lauded the criminal president for the last 25 years. U.S. elites put him in power. He's their man in Africa. He helped secure access to the trillions of dollars worth of strategic and critical minerals in the Democratic Republic of the Congo at staggering human cost. No one has done more to lionize Kagame than the Clintons. Bill Clinton has his own lie to protect, that he failed to intervene in Rwanda in 1994, and he says it was the worst mistake of his presidency. In fact, he assigned Madeleine Albright to make sure that the UN didn't intervene.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Kagame threatened to fire on U.S. troops if they did. Now, 38% of Rwandan children, mostly Hutus, are stunted by malnutrition, while Kagame and his kids gallivant around the world feted as celebrities. He himself was just here where the Warriors laid out the red carpet for him and his entourage at the last Rockets-Warriors game. And you're likely to see him in the stands with Bill Clinton during the NBA Finals. The brutal ethnic apartheid in Rwanda could lead to another bloodbath. And if it does, there will be blood all over U.S. officials and elites' hands because they know that's what it is. They've backed it up and exploited it for the last 25 years. This talk is also significant because Bill Clinton's so-called failure to intervene in Rwanda is one of the cornerstones of U.S. interventionist foreign policy. U.S. elites engineered Kagame's takeover in Rwanda. They didn't fail in what they set out to do. But we're told over and over that we have to intervene in Libya, Syria, Venezuela, maybe Myanmar next. Intervention being, of course, a euphemism for an imperial war to ransack the global south. Okay, so now let's move on to the global intelligence files. That's a leak of 5 million emails from Stratfor, an Intel for Hire outfit based in Texas. In the introduction to these emails, WikiLeaks writes that, quote, they reveal the inner workings of a company that fronts as an intelligence publisher, but provides confidential intelligence services to large corporations, including Dow Chemical, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, and government agencies, including the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Marines, and the Defense Intelligence Agency. The emails show Stratfor's web of informers, payoff structure, payment laundering techniques, and psychological methods. Control means financial, sexual, or psychological. time. So like I said, we can put social news, like general report, or San Francisco Baby, or maybe all of it. There was one of the global intelligence file docs that is particularly intriguing to me. It's called Rwandans Are Cold As Mofos. And this describes the exploits of President Kagame's assassination squads in Europe and Africa. And I don't elaborate the details that are in this doc, so I wrote this one up for The Baby in the Black Agenda Report, where the headline is U.S. Intel, Rwandans Are Cold As Mofos. It couldn't be any colder than the mofos now after Julian Assange. They can't wait to get their hands on him, to torture him and possibly even damage his outside security. So we've got to throw all we've got at trying to keep that from happening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Free Julian Assange.
Thank you.
Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Thank you very much, Ann. Thank you. These presentations are a little long, but they're invaluable information about what they're trying to cover up and what they don't want the American people to know, because that is really what it's about. So our next speaker is Laura Wells, and she's an activist with the Green Party. She's run against these capitalist candidates. Welcome, Laura Wells. All right. Very patient.
Is this working? Okay. So my name is Laura Wells, and I am an activist with the Green Party. We had a presidential nominating convention in August of 2016, and Julian Assange was interviewed there live via video at our presidential nominating convention. And it was great to see him there right at the same moment that we were a packed house. Now, can you imagine the Democratic leadership, the national committees of the Democratic Party or the Republican Party having Julian Assange as an honored guest at their conventions? Wouldn't that be the world we would like to have? Instead, when the unthinkable happened and the November 2016 election went the way it did and Trump won, both Assange and the Green Party got their share of the blame in the What Happened memoir. But it's an excellent opportunity to show how everything is connected. I've recently come back from Venezuela, and one of the big partners of Venezuela was Ecuador. When the president was Rafael Correa, and he's the one that allowed sanctuary, that gave sanctuary to Julian Assange. And Rafael Correa has recently called the man Lenin Moreno, who is now president of Ecuador, the greatest traitor in Ecuadorian and Latin American history, because he's turned and he is cozying up to the United States, which is why they're making up, they even went so far as to imply that he wasn't cleaning up after his cat. So they're coming up, and he was rude, and he was, whatever. But they turned against Julian Assange as they were cozying up to the United States. As I said, I just came back from Venezuela. Also, the man here in the yellow vest, Ahmed, was one of the delegation members. We had 3 of us from the Bay Area and 12 of us altogether. It was an End Sanctions delegation sponsored by the Alliance for Global Justice. And we need more Julian Assanges. People, ordinary people, are getting their news about Venezuela, and every source is off. Virtually every mainstream source, whether it's Fox or CNN, MSNBC, BBC, the New York Times, the Washington Post, NPR, right down the line. And then they have their friend Ahmed or Laura or Steve who's saying something else. We need to have more whistleblowers. Because the investigative journalism is a thing of the past. It would not take much investigation to know that what's coming out about Venezuela is upside down, and what's coming out about so many other places, Rwanda, and not to mention all the states from Maine to Arizona to California to Hawaii to Alaska. The information we're getting is wrong. I was just reading something of Daniel Ellsberg, who is totally behind Julian Assange as a modern day whistleblower. And so free Julian Assange so we can free our minds and get free information and know what we should be doing in this world. So free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange!
So, one of the important things that our network is interested in doing is to bring the issue of Julian Assange to the American working class, to the trade union movement, because the attack on the Julian Assange is to prevent the information going to American working people about the crimes that he's covering. And we were successful in getting a resolution passed by the San Francisco Labor Council, and the person who helped make that happen is Roger Scott. He's a past president of AFT 2121 and a delegate in San Francisco Labor Council. So welcome, Roger Scott.
All right. I'll be brief, folks. I'm less informed than some of my comrades who came before me, but I would like to share pertinent parts of the resolution Steve just described to you. The title is Resolution in support of the whistleblower and journalist Julian Assange. Whereas Julian Assange has helped expose the role of the U.S. and other governments in war crimes and violations of international law, and whereas there is a systematic effort by the U.S. government to harass, repress, and jail reporters and whistleblowers who expose corruption and criminal activities by government officials, and whereas U.S. officials and politicians have actually called for the murder and torture of Julian Assange to silence him. Therefore, be it resolved that the San Francisco Labor Council defends the right of journalists and whistleblowers and opposes prosecution which could affect all whistleblowers in the U.S. And be it finally resolved that the San Francisco Labor Council urges our representatives to oppose the criminal prosecution of Julian Assange for whistleblowing activities, and will forward this for concurrence to affiliated bodies. That was adopted by the Executive Committee of the Labor Council, and it was accepted by the delegate body on February 11th of this year. There are many people that should be locked up. Julian Assange is not one of them. If I had the power to lock people up, I would start with Elliot Abrams, John Bolton, and many others. And also Kissinger and Cheney. In my view, and the view of, I'm sure, all the people here, Assange is an intelligent, courageous, and heroic journalist who deserves the support of people throughout the world who know that journalists who tell the truth at many times at great risk to themselves are heroes, not criminals and terrorists like some of the people governing us. Thank you.
And we also have with us somebody who came all the way from Los Angeles and has contributed to the fight against the president of Julian Assange. Graham Elwood is a comedian and filmmaker. Welcome, Graham Elwood. Thank you very much.
You got it. I'll hold both mics. I perform for a living. I can do this right like this. First, I want to thank everybody who put this together. Give them a round of applause, everybody who put this organization together. I want to thank the members of the intelligence community who are watching on the live stream right now. You can be a hero like Chelsea Manning if you do the right thing. You know who I'm talking to. I just want to say that, I've been a stand-up comic since I was 18. I've been an artist and a performer, and I did 7 comedy tours in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Kuwait. And I've seen the war up close. I don't know what it's really like to be in the infantry, but I've seen it up close, and I know that it's horrible. So when Chelsea Manning did that, what she was doing was letting the world know that America is committing war crimes. And if you're going to start locking up Julian Assange and Chelsea Manning, then you know what? They could come for my friend Jimmy Gore. They could come for me. They could come for anybody here. They could lock anybody up here. Any journalist here, they could come lock you up right now and just say, oh, terrorism, war crime, whatever nonsense they want to slap on you, they'll do it. And they'll do it without any hesitation. And you see how powerful their propaganda machine is. There are 3 news outlets, right? There's AP, AFP, and Reuters. And they get their marching orders from the CIA and the Pentagon, and then they spread their information out to all these other news sources. So you see how effective it is. You saw it when we walked down the streets. A lot of people down with what we're doing. Some people yelled out, oh, he's a rapist or he's a terrorist. They are literally repeating CIA talking points. If you think that's not effective, we just saw it walking down Market Street. That's how effective they are. They are so effective at just playing it at every turn. And people go, well, I saw it on Facebook, I saw it on Fox and MSNBC, so man, it must be the truth. No, it is not the truth. MSNBC and Fox News, Rachel Maddow, Sean Hannity, they're both professional wrestling characters, folks. That's what they are doing. It is unbelievable to watch it in effect. It is unbelievable. And when they came, first they came for the journalists, and then, you know, after that, I don't know what happened after that, because everybody else was locked up, so I got no clue what they did after that. So this is why this is so important. You see how effective it is. So when you come across your friends and family that just kind of repeat a talking point, don't get mad at them. Ask them questions. Here's what I asked them. Oh, really? Do you think Amnesty International and the Human Rights Watch would be supporting Julian Assange if there was even an ounce of truth to the sexual assault claims? Do you think that they would? Do you think Amnesty International would get behind? No, they would absolutely not. Why are they lying to you? Why are they telling you this? I'll tell you why. Because it's big money, baby. War is big money. That's what they want. They are controlling every single aspect. You think that they're getting rid of net neutrality? You think that's just a random coincidence? You think that's a crazy thing that's happening? Because you know who's watching right now? The goddamn internet. And they don't want the internet watching because CNN's not here. We should have this rally in front of Google or Facebook or any one of these other tech billionaires are who are paid to shut us down. But hey, they've got skateboard shoes and hoodies, so they must be cool. Oh, yeah. Fire it up, friend. That's what I'm saying. They are getting every single aspect of society under their control. That is exactly what they're doing. And they want us divided. The corporate media wants us divided, distracted, and afraid. I was watching CNN before I came here. Oh, it was all about Trump, Russia, Mueller, Trump, or whatever. Oh man, they should be talking about that there's a meteor coming to the planet and it's called climate change, but they're not going to talk about that. Right. We can't say anything bad against the military because they are the #1 contributor of climate change as the United States empire. Right. Tell the people. So we can't have this. We can't have They want you. They want you divided, baby. They want you arguing about Game of Thrones or what some referee did at the NBA game or who took Tom Brady's jersey. They want you. They want you not paying attention and just repeating some meme they saw on Twitter or Facebook that says, oh, Julian this and Chelsea that. Where is the outrage from the actual journalists? Rachel Maddow is an openly gay journalist, and there's a transgender vet that is in jail for telling the truth. Yes. Where the hell is Rachel Maddow? Yeah. Oh, that's right. She's talking Russia in segments that are literally sponsored by Boeing. Wow, what a wacky coincidence that an arms manufacturer would be actually sponsoring a segment on the corporate media so that, wow, we can have Red Scare 2.0. The height of global defense spending was in the early 80s. The height of it was in in the early 80s, gee, suddenly we need more Russia, because we'll be buying more rockets and bombs, and our allies will have to arm up, and that's why we're stacking troops up, NATO troops on the Russian border, and that's why we're trying to go to Venezuela. Weird that they have the #1 oil reserves in the world, and suddenly they need some of our hot, fresh freedom jammed down their goddamn throats. You better hope you don't have oil in your backyard, folks, because if you do, you are suddenly a terrorist. That's what happens. If you won't give that oil up to the machine, they're going to come get you. They're going to come depose you and throw you out. Saying Julian Assange isn't a journalist we might as well then go get a time machine and go arrest Ben Bradley for publishing the Pentagon Papers in the goddamn Washington Post. That's what we should be doing. You know the Washington Post that's now owned by Jeff Bezos, who was paid $600 million by the CIA? Yeah, that Washington Post. They're a little different 40 years later. So that is the point. Get involved. This is not about today. This is about they want to control all of us. They want us afraid. It was talked about, I believe his name's Gary Webb, right? Yes. Right? What happened to Gary Webb? He committed suicide by shooting himself in the head twice. Twice! Yeah, that happens all the time. Yeah, I'm going to commit suicide by hanging myself twice, too. I'm sure that's going to happen right after this. It is a threat. They're telling you, shut up. Don't you ever think about speaking up against them, because you're going to shoot yourself in the head twice if you do that. They're going to lock you up if you do that. That's what they're saying. This isn't just one rally today. This is a movement. This is people watching on the internet. These are videos that can be shared and liked and pushed out all over the place. To get involved, do not, because they want you to just go back. You can have free speech if you go to work on time and pay your taxes and don't call out the ruling class. There's not two parties in this country. There are two classes. The ruling class and then all of us. Well, guess what? There are more of us than there are of them. Yes. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. Talking about the real stuff.
Thank you.
I always got to end with Timber Weight stuff.
No, honey, you made it worth coming.
Exactly. I've been waiting for the best.
No, you were telling I've been waiting for somebody to say all this shit the whole time we've been here.
Thank you.
Because I was going to go and grab the microphone and start talking if they didn't start talking about this shit. Right on, thank you.
Would you want to know if there were actually your own leaders who were breaking our elections? Venting the very terrorists who were supposedly waging this endless world war against? Yes. Would you want to know if the government were actually avaricious and working against you?
I hope they put you on YouTube.
Prospect of a peaceful
I really do. I really do.
Well, I'm live streaming it to YouTube right now. You're welcome. Thank you.
We have been so tricked into focusing on the fun. How have we been so tricked?
What's your name?
Graham Elwood.
Okay.
And I have a YouTube channel.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just do YouTube, Graham Elwood. Graham like a cracker.
Yeah. Elwood.
Elwood, E-L-W-O-D.
Like the Blues Brothers.
Like the Bruce. I was going to say that, but not everyone gets that. You do that, you can watch my show.
Fantastic.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad they're wearing yellow vests.
Yeah. It's awesome.
A legitimate press and legitimate government for the people would be focusing on the troves of documented war crimes, atrocities, corporate political corruption, and treason that WikiLeaks
See, like there's 77 people watching this live right now.
Oh, good.
Historical legacy of revelation.
Wish they were here.
We need to honor the sacrifice Assange has made for transparency of power. We cannot allow his truths to be sidelined, discounted, avoided, returned to secrecy. Secrecy and silence are the tools of oppression. We need to seriously consider what the persecution and imprisonment of Assange is about our reality. But it's up to us. The press has, for the most part, been folded into this criminal imperial government. Helen Lewinsky writes, when you tell a person the sky is red, to block out the windows so that they don't accidentally head to glimpse some blue. But better yet is to build a house with no windows at all. And this, the complicity of censored
most powerful people are those most dedicated to consuming power. Those sociopathic enough to step on anyone's head and do whatever it takes to secure as much control as possible over as many humans as possible. That's who are handing the steering wheel of our world over to if we allow truth to be intimidated into silence. The case of Julian Assange is pivotal in the course of the history of the free world. His sacrifice for the future of free and informed humanity must not be in vain. But it's up to us. Can we fill in where the establishment press has failed us? Can we carry the torch that Julian has lit? Can we defend him and the truths that WikiLeaks reveals? We need to actively challenge government secrecy. We need to create new media, new platforms, new networks. Facebook is no longer an alternative. We need to give it everything we have to defend and protect transparency, to defend and protect truth tellers. Julian Assange, Chelsea Manning, all whistleblowers and publishers. It's up to us to yell and scream and write and publish. Let's break through in unexpected ways to demand transparency and true justice. Demand everyone's freedom to access and speak truth. Let's demand freedom of the internet. Demand freedom of Julian Assange. No U.S. extradition. Freedom for Chelsea Manning. Demand freedom of the press. Free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! So,
do you have your vent on YouTube or something? Like Google Brad something?
My name is Graham Elwood.
Oh, Graham Elwood. And so if I Google Graham Elwood YouTube...
I have a YouTube channel, so I'm live streaming it now, and I do 10, 12 videos a week.
And so you have something like you talked about Julian on it?
Yes, I've done several Unity for Jay
streams. Okay.
There's a bunch of that.
Okay. Graham
Elwood. Graham like the cracker, Elwood like the blues brother.
And that's E-L, right?
E-L-W-O-D. Yeah.
All right,
sure thing, man.
35 years at the AGMA prison in the Colorado Mountains. That means 23 hours a day in a concrete cell, which has one window that is thrown to the ground.
Everybody, I'm going to just stand back from the rally real quick. Thanks for your support. Yeah, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to start interviewing some of the people that organized it, the woman from the Green Party and everything like that. So, but thank you for watching and sharing this and everything. It's pretty impressive. I'll also take these and cut up like the various speeches if I can and release those. Like I'll just take my speech off and release it. So I really thank all you guys for doing this, and those of you who supported the super chat. I really appreciate that. So it's you know, here's the thing that I love about the internet. So there's about 30, 40 people here. All right, it's not the biggest rally ever, but there's, you know, there was as many as 77 watching on this stream. There's another couple hundred people watching on another stream. So that's people getting involved like this and pushing these videos out are what it's going to be. And I know that the sound quality wasn't great. I was just trying to, I didn't know how organized or how big this thing was going to be, but I'll put the videos out where you can actually hear it of the various speakers. I knew I was going to be heard. I knew that was going to happen, but I really, and it was one of you. It was a political vigilante that kicked me some money so I just flew up this morning. I got a little hotel room. They were pretty cheap. Usually San Francisco hotel rooms are nuts, but for whatever reason they were cheap. And so I fly back to LA tomorrow morning, and I'm going to cover a Green New Deal rally tomorrow. Yeah, I like bringing you guys wherever I go. Natural Progressive. What's up, Chris? How you doing? And I, you know, there's a lot of amazing people here who've put a lot of time into this. They're activists and everything like that. And I'm a professional entertainer, so I know how to bring the thunder with the mics on, and that's what I want to do is fire people up. That's what Jimmy does. That's what I do. So we're gonna, you know, share these videos, because as I was saying, it's not just about today. That's the thing. The ruling class might be like, oh, well, barely anyone showed up today. They don't know how many people are watching online. They don't know how many people are going to get involved. And one of you, I think, posted 18 of the 21 Democratic presidential candidates want Assange to go to jail. So call those motherfuckers out. You know, call them out for that. Ask where these candidates stand on freeing Julian Assange, and if they're all like, lock them up, then you know they're fake progressives. So, you know, we just crossed 20,000 subscribers. I've been doing this show for 16 months. So we just crossed 20,000 subscribers. That is awesome. So the more subscribers we get, the more people watch it. My goal is to get it to the Jimmy Dore level, get it to 500,000 or more. And it's because of you folks, so keep pushing this out. And the fact that one of you paid for me to come up here is how I can get great video content like this. So I'm gonna shut down the stream, guys, so even though I got this plugged into a battery, I still don't want to lose my battery, so I want to make sure I get a couple interviews with the woman from the Green Party and Nozomi, who put the whole thing together. But you guys are fantastic. You're why I'm doing this. You guys are why I'm doing this. So y'all inspire me, and folks like at this rally inspire me. So I'm gonna check out Shave Your Fucking Knuckles for Justice, kid, San Fran style. And you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Right on.